All right, let me just calm the universe down on this whole secondary book system. We already know. I already said that thing a while back, so I don't give a fuck about it. But I guess I'll welcome everybody. That all of a sudden is like Johnny Detective. Like, no, this is breaking news. We found it.
And you just said that on camera. This going viral.
Ape Nation, thank you for helping me pass 200 subscribers. If you haven't subscribed yet, hopefully I can earn it today.
Ape Nation, how's everyone doing tonight? I hope you guys are breathing okay. I know it was a little bit of a rough day in the market today, but that was overall, right? AMC didn't even have that bad of a day. We lost a 0.5 percentage point on the day for AMC. The overall market got smashed. We kind of skated today on the percentage point that we lost, a 0.5 percentage point, honestly, that we lost. I mean, it could be way worse. Look at me, Kevin's thumbnails from the last couple days. I mean, he looks horrified at the market. So, down a 0.5 percentage point, you can still smile. It's okay. We're not as bad as some other people are today. I want to go into a few things. That intro that I did, you know, I still have a lot of lunatics who are commenting since I made that video last Saturday. And look, guys, bottom line, last Saturday, I made that video. It got like 13,000 views. That's more views than I have on the whole 130 videos I have combined. But I felt like that was putting a damper on the movement and the community, attacking another YouTuber, even though I think what he says is half the time half retarded. I don't think he's teaching anything. I think he's, like I said, a great storyteller, and that's about it. But go over, support his channel. He'll make you laugh. You'll have a good time over there. As far as learning about the stock market, I'm all set with that. You know, if you guys want to keep coming in the comments and attacking me, that's cool. As long as you're not doing it to my viewers and other people who are in the community in general, I have no problem with that. But when something stupid is said, well, I'm going to put it out there. Because you want to go in and tell me how great he is, I'm going to show you how dumb he is sometimes. So this one's for you. I'm going to make this very simple and explain about the two sets of books. I don't know why the guy is one way at nighttime and one way in the morning, but it is what it is. But last night he made this video talking about the two sets of books. And look, guys, I know this isn't new news to anyone. And some of you have been with me for a long time know I did a lot of videos about Wes Christian and Super Stonk's interview. The interview he did with Dave Lauer, who used to work at Citadel 2 months ago. And, you know, Wes Christian is the guy who knows this through and through. He knows everything about all these shady practices. He's pulled back the curtain and taken a peek. He knows what's going on. 2 months ago, he came out and talked about the two books. And it's a very simple concept. And I'm going to play for you what Wes Christian said. And so you can understand it. And it's really, really simple. I'll let Wes Christian tell you. Roll the film.
So another thing that the viewers listening need to understand, this is extremely important, is there, in my mind, there's two sets of books. Two sets of books, no different than how Enron kept two sets of books here in Houston. One set of books is through the DTC. That's what I would call an audit trail. But if you go look at the Depository Trust Corporation, you're going to see that several years ago, they quit implementing the stock borrowing program like they did for many years. And what I believe, this is speculation on my part, but our experts believe this too, is a lot of that is now ex-clearing. Ex-clearing means it goes from broker to broker outside the purview of the SEC. We believe, I cannot prove this, and I'll always tell you that if I can't prove it, that a lot of that's going to the obligation warehouse. If you go to the DTC's website, you'll see that there is an actual entity that's the obligation warehouse. Can you imagine in the United States of America advertising an entity that does nothing but house fails? I call it the stock graveyard. The number of fails in that entity is enormous and growing and growing. So I wouldn't be advertising that if I was the one that was responsible in the.
Okay, so let's just stop it there real quick. So this idea of the two books is nothing new. There is no breaking news. I know he likes to take credit for this, but honestly, guys, I did video about this 2 months ago, talking about this. No one can see what those numbers are unless you are at the hedge funds. And whether those numbers even exist, like on paper, I don't know. I have no idea. Wes can't prove it. No one can prove it. So for anyone to try to tell you that they know what that number is full of it. There's one set of books that the DTCC and SEC can verify on paper or computers, and the other set of books where they can dump all these shares at the DTC obligation warehouse, and also on these books they can move the shares around to different firms and brokerages around the world, say, hey, I lent you these, you give me those, I gave you these. That's why they don't have to cover the FTDs. And I forgot about this till I went back to research for this video, because I was so baffled by how are they not covering the FTDs. He says it. By taking the shorts, marking them long, there's a million different ways. I mean, this video is so informative to get an inside look, like behind the curtain of what they're doing. And I it just dawned on me. But that's a very simple explanation for the two sets of books. One has everything that you and I can see, the prices that you and I can buy and sell at. And the other has to do with everything that's going on in the dark pools, the synthetic shares, the failure to delivers, the multiple lent of the same stock. And that is on a different book, like he said, just like with Enron. That's how Enron came down, right? They were cooking books. They had two separate ones. One the government was seeing, and one the government was seeing, and one that they actually had with their real numbers. That's how they got pinched. So it's a very simple explanation behind it. And even today or yesterday, there's guys on YouTube coming out with videos, and he's right, breaking news. There are two books. We have known that for a long time. It's not breaking news. It's been out there for a long time. Like I said, I did a video about 2 months ago. And I know I have a lot of new subs and viewers, but ask my old OGs. I've done this video multiple times talking about all these different things and the two books. Later in the video, he proceeds to inform the audience that his idea of time stamping and getting a clean record of the transactions between retail, the market makers, the hedge funds, the brokerage apps, that all needs to be time stamped. And he basically takes credit. Well, I'll let Lou tell you.
Well, they turned that cloud into a place where they scream motherfuckers. But hey, Lou, we're doomed. No, you're not. Remember when I talked about timestamp validating? Well, here's the deal. The party has been going on, but now powers that be, they've been listening to a certain YouTuber, not a YouTuber, but anyway, at the end of the day, and all of a sudden, the calls for timestamp and validating are growing. So that secondary seamless market, remember I told you what they see? Well, that's where they're seeing it. That's no big deal. So people gotta calm down and then.
All right, so he seems to think that the higher ups are listening to him on his channel, and that they are gonna maybe suggest doing some time stamping. He's bringing it to the forefront. I would say that back on May 18th, when Wes Christian did his interview, well, let Wes tell you. Let Wes tell you what he thinks. Again, this isn't a new idea. Let's just be clear.
Disseminating all this false information, cheating, taking somebody's money and giving them nothing, and stealing. Okay, it's lying, cheating, and stealing. That's simple. Focus groups that we've talked to prior to trial, get this. We've never tried one of these cases because, frankly, the facts are so nasty that once you get down to the facts, they settle ultimately. Sometimes for less, sometimes for more, is a key issue also. We have to know who's doing what and eliminate the dark pools, the high-speed trading, and all the games that can be played in the dark. We have to bring this into the light. Typically evil prevails in darkness, okay? Evil does not typically prevail long-term in light. So we have to expose that. So don't let them regulate themselves. Required delivery of shares. You have to not allow shares to be lent more than once, okay? There's no watermark or anything on these shares. Some people have talked about, doing something to ultimately put some type of mechanism on that share when it's lent, okay? Maybe it's blockchain, maybe it's something else. I know Overstock, has a series of.
Again, guys, these are not new ideas. They've been talking about this for a long time. What he just said right there, and I'll refer you, if you are one of my viewers, go watch Gary Gensler's introduction for blockchain and money from fall of 2018 at MIT. This thing's got 3.5 million views. Gary Gensler, who is now the SEC chairman, goes into depth talking about blockchain, why he loves it, why he thinks it's such a great thing. Now, if that's really true and he believes that, then get your ass into Congress and get some laws passed that from going forward, these shares, when people buy, retail buys, they need to be either on a blockchain, because time stamping can be manipulated. They should be on the blockchain. That's where they should be. Someone like the guy who invented Ethereum, I can't think of his name on top of my head right now, someone like that should be brought in and said, how can we, and I know Lou offered to do it for free, and maybe the government will take him up on that. But if we could get some of these high-tech people in to figure out a way so that all of your shares are bought and they're bought on the blockchain. So everything, exactly where it came from, what time you got it, what price it was at, that would fix the supply and demand problem. And we would see the actual numbers on the charts as people are buying and selling. And you get rid of all that trash and that shady stuff they've been doing behind the scenes. And guys, obviously with the blockchain and the way just Wall Street works as an animal, nothing's going to be immediate. Everything takes time. And I think we all understand that. A reasonable amount of time, I think everyone can get on board with. But what they're doing now is unacceptable. And that's why the market is broken. And that's why we're trying to fix it. Guys, we are making progress. So pat yourselves on the back. We are doing a great job. We are keeping the pressure on. Believe me, there are a lot of eyes on this. This is not going to fade away into oblivion. And I'm going to say this before I wrap up the video. I'm not going after and attacking a YouTuber. I'm just saying these things have been out there. I'll say it again. Lou is a charismatic guy. He's got great stories. He's going places. He's going to have a YouTube channel going forward. And I'll say this. I'm not attacking Lou. Again, I'm just correcting. That's all. And I want to try and help the people because obviously there's a problem if he has to keep coming on and doing these videos saying everybody calm down and relax. I know what I just said. Let me try and clarify it, but I can't or I don't. I just feel bad sometimes. But bottom line, go support his channel. Go watch him. He'll make you laugh. He'll tell you a good story. But as far as like following the lines and stuff, follow the lines. Like, don't you want to stay involved in the market and like real plays going forward, like making sound investments on blue chip stocks and stuff like that? You want the market to get fixed, and then you want to know how to maneuver in the market. And so that's why the technical analysis and following the lines and stuff is that's great free information that you're getting. Take advantage of it so that you can continue to make money after this squeeze is over. That you can take that money, reinvest it, know that everything's on the up and up. We have a much more level playing field. There's a lot more transparency, and you can go in making money again, feel confident in about what you're buying, and knowing that it's not going to be manipulated. So show Lou some love. I have no hard feelings towards him. Guys, that's all I've got for tonight. I hope you guys have a great evening, and I'll be back tomorrow morning for regular pre-market. This is Ape Nation. I'm the Masterlorian, and I'm out.